particularly pretty game, but the boys really fought it out today.
Yeah, I just mentioned after the game the ability to adapt and evolve our game plan on the run. You know, like you get to round 8 and opposition are looking at what you're doing well, and they try to take that away, and then they find opportunities to exploit you where it looks like what it looks like. So we're the same, but on a day like today against really good opposition, just to find a way and get the job done, it was really pleasing.
Do you feel like you're the hunted all of a sudden in that respect?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know. What do you think?
Possibly.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to give that a bit more thought. But to be honest, we're just sort of living in the next opposition and then living in trying to be a better version of ourselves and haven't given that much thought.
Were you expecting them to actually do what they did, though, in a sense?
Yeah, we got everything we thought we'd get. It's one thing to know what's coming, and the other thing is to try to stop some things. So I thought, credit to them, I thought the game was on a knife's edge for a major part of the game. Like the last 2 or 3 games, our pressure in the last quarter just goes to another level, and teams right now are struggling with that.
Did you like how the guys flew the flag there at the start?
Yeah, we want to be a team that does that. Yeah, I've said this often that we, someone comes at us, we want to go back at them, but within the rules. And I was really pleased. Last week was the same. The week before, someone comes at one of us, there's a flying the flag, if you like, using that language, but there's not a stepping over the rules of the game. We don't want to be undisciplined, but we stand up for each other.
You said last week that you didn't want Nick Daicos to be the story. You sort of thought it was a bit of a non-story. How's he going with this sort of added pressure of teams coming at him?
Oh, I haven't asked him about that, to be honest. I think it's a natural part of any good player in the competition. You go back in time, every very good player's had to go through this, and some have to do it for longer. This is his lot right now. This second-year player just going really well, and opposition want to take that away. And I was really pleased with his last quarter. He had 10 possessions in the last quarter and went into midfield, did his thing. So he's a hard player to stop.
What did you think of the impact? Sorry, mate. What did you think of the impact Jack Ginnivan had when he came?
Yeah, I liked it. I really liked it, and I don't like the rule as it sits right now, where you got to name 22 and the subs dropped. We don't see it in that light. We mentioned that in our group. He's in our best 23, and it'll look different next week possibly. And Bobby Hill goes off because just because. And then we rotate Jack in and he impacts. I don't like the rule. I don't know if we can change it. It's Laura Kane listening. Maybe we can change the rule, but we're very happy with Jack's impact in the game.
Looked like he might have been a bit stunned by getting dropped, Craig.
Well, we don't see him being dropped, though. We had that conversation. I sat on my couch and said, "No, you're not dropped." Okay, well, look, we're all trying to be better, and we want to perform better. But this game is a very hard one to do week to week, particularly playing a role like him and Bobby are playing. Like Bo McCreary had low numbers today, but it's a difficult role. We get it. I played it for a long time. I realise it. You don't touch it, and then you've got to see value in other things. So we're trying to see value in other things and support them along the way.
What are those other things that you're trying to see value in?
Well, if you watch closely how we in offence, the way that they set the field up for us, play a massive part in what we're doing. Get the behind the goals footage and you'll see the value in what they do for others.
Brody Mychek's had plenty of bags of 4 goals, finally broke through, got that 5. How proud are you to see him get rewarded for it?
Yeah, it's a great thing. Checkers is a really important player to us. He's 2 weeks ago had a heavy load and a lot of attention. He's so critical to us right now. With Dan out, he's carrying that job. With Ash goes in the ruck some weeks, and we're wrapped for Checkers. We love him very much, and it's great for him to get rewarded today.
How much did having Mason Cox back help you with just your structure and to be able to set up and obviously free Brody a bit more to get on the end of a couple? But how much does that help?
A lot. Yeah, and Billy Frampton continues to really impact that part of our game for us. It's we might have found one there in terms of that role, but Mason today allowed Checkers to rotate more, Ash Johnson to rotate more, and then Mason had great energy to impact when he was on the ground. I thought it was really impressive today, Mason, for the minutes he played. We tried to play him about 56% game time, and I thought he had impact in the aerial contest, which was really pleasing.
Just on the Daicos tag, did you make any tweaks in the game to try and free him up a bit more, or was that all him in the last quarter?
Oh no, we've got plans in place. We're not surprised by him getting tagged. I said last week I like playing chess with my dad, and he liked playing against me until I started beating him. He didn't want to play anymore. But he taught me about the importance of thinking ahead and 2 moves ahead in chess, and that's what we like to do, not only with Nick but in the game. We want to be strategic in what it looks like. If he's not impacting or whatever's happening, is it Nick or whatever the parts of our game, we want to be 2 steps ahead, and we've got a plan around that.
Taylor Adams was involved in a pretty heavy collision in that last quarter. How is he?
I think he's okay. I was a bit worried for him too. It was one of those knee contacts. Again, he's a bit sore, but at this stage he looks fine.
How big was your skipper, particularly in that middle part of the game? And, it's looking like they might be able to crack you open a couple of times.
Yeah, he's an amazing player, isn't he? I don't know if we give him enough credit or there's enough accolades. He's had 30-odd possessions today. We moved him to half-back for a quarter and a half. He just, the calmness and to keep the game where we want it. I thought the game today was, like I said, on a knife sense, but you had to manage when to go fast and when to control the ball, and he just does that so well for us. So he's a remarkable player.
What was your thoughts on Buddy getting booed today, Craig?
Well, I've said this before. I'm not a booer. We don't boo at home. You pay your money, you do whatever you want. I must admit I didn't hear it. I don't know whether I had the headsets on or whatever, but no, we just don't boo. Thanks, guys.